Why are you sitting on my bench, old man? Why are you sitting here? You are ignoring me? You are ignoring me? How to defend yourself when you are sitting, we are going to show you in this video. Hello warriors, welcome to another video of our series when it comes to fights. Today's subject is going to be how to defend yourself when it's starting from a sitting position, when the attacker is standing and you are the one sitting. So we are going to be talking about the situations when you could be sitting and the attacker is standing, which is, for example, something like you are in a park, you are in a bar, bus, train, or at school. What is surprising is that this situation can happen very easily. Maybe it doesn't seem like it, but it is a big problem. What's interesting is that, if any, almost no one even trains something like this. The big thing about this is going to be, if only the strikes are going to be much more powerful than when we are standing. Because it's the same or very similar to when you will be laying down and the person wants to kick you to the ground or beat you when you are on the ground. Where the head has nowhere to go, the powerful strikes are even more. The same goes when we are sitting. I am just hitting from upside down with something like hammers. And you are just sitting there, the powerful strikes are going to come very easily from me. Even worse if you think about not strikes, but I have the knife and now I'm actually just stabbing while you are sitting. To defend yourself against the knife when you are sitting, like, it's going to be 100% times more harder than when you are standing. If you look at all this problem, what is going to be the big difference is when we are standing and I'm striking you, it's going to be relatively easy for you to just either go backwards or go forwards on me. So when I'm hitting and you can start attacking and being offensive. But the problem here when you are sitting is that what usually is going to happen, I'm going to catch, push you either on the back seat or here and now strike or stab. And now it's not very easy for you because I'm blocking you or pushing and hitting to escape. So the problem is you don't have anywhere to go when it comes to backing off, but it's very hard to even progress forward as well. To be thinking about pushing off the attacker when he's attacking you is not going to be as easy as it may look like on the camera. If you would try it, if you are sitting, what that means is that you are not going to use your legs at all. But me as the attacker, I'm going to push on you and be with whole body. You try to go. And it's not like Peter's not trying. This is how hard it is. And I'm not losing any energy. I'm just laying and he has to push with all of his strength. That's because I'm using my whole body. He can only use his abdominal muscles and maybe with arms, but it's like my whole body against just the top. So the problem is here, the impact power of the strikes. The second one, you cannot really use your strength because I have more of it. And the third one is going to be the speed. If Peter would now want to explode and go from the sitting and go, it takes so much more time than if he would be just standing and moving quickly. Because from here, when you look now, it's a lot quicker than from sitting. The higher you will be sitting, so if you think about being on a sofa, you are more back, try now. It's impossible. It takes so much time, so for you to just quickly explode on the attacker, it's not going to be easy. So how to defend against it? In the first phase, it would be the best if you would not just sit, but actually stand up. It's the same when SORUDO is training office workers. The first thing we want to teach them is someone new comes to the office, he comes there, you should stand up and greet him that way. It's pleasant and it's going to be far easier for you to defend now when you are just sitting. The same goes, I'm coming, I'm very vocal, I'm very angry, saying you should go back behind the object because now if something happens, it's going to be much easier to defend because you are standing and you have some obstacle. So it can be a desk, it could be the chair. It's going to be much easier. That is just the first step. Stand up, don't just stay sitting there. It's the same if we are talking bar. If you think about being the tough guy and the person comes, he screams and you are just sitting looking at him because so what? Boom. And let him just strike you down, it's not going to be the best idea. So what you want to do, even in a bar, don't be a tough guy. He comes, he screams, he has a problem with you, stand and try to get behind something. Or if you are just standing, react something here is so much easier than just standing. If whatever, even if you would go behind the obstacle or just stand there, it's going to be much easier to start. My strikes are not going to be powerful. Basically, the advantages I had are no longer there because you stood up. Let's say that you didn't ignore the guy, but the guy simply went too quick next to you and now he starts throwing the strikes. The thing here, if he's basically maintaining the distance but trying to outbox you here, your position should be to stand up and either go away, or no one is saying that you cannot go into me, because you can. If I'm just standing here and I just start boxing, here you can create your space, but at least you stood up. So your attacking are going to be much easier than when you stood up. So first thing, if you have the distance and you can, try to stand up while maintaining some kind of block. The second thing, if you are thinking about you are the smaller guy or you are a girl, to think of standing up and going away from me is going to be much harder, basically because of the size difference. So if you are smaller, what you can do here is, if he strikes, get your feet there, start kicking from when you are sitting and drawing something. The pistol, the pepper spray, whatever you carry with yourself. What it gives you is the space between us, and second thing is it's much better than trying to stand up. So create your distance, start kicking him, and it's going to be very different on when you are sitting. So if it's going to be a chair in a park, much harder than a coupe in the train, because there you will have the space. So of course it makes a difference, but it's a good option for the weaker or the smaller person. But it can be even worse, because I can really now get very close, prevent you from standing up. So now when you would just try to lay, when I'm holding on the t-shirt or your head or the hair, and you try falling back, you are not really moving anywhere. Even worse, I can still start stabbing here. So it's not going to be very fun or easy to get out. But because you know SORUDO, you know that right now it would be good time to use the safety net. So what we are talking about is neck, eyes and testicles. It will depend what will I do. If I really push you backwards here, now you can see that it's not going to be fun, but at least now you can reach the eyes and go for those. If it's a bit different and get up, create the space, or it's more I pulled you here and now I'm hitting, what you can see here is that the testicles are the closest, so you hit and then you try to get up and make your space, draw, depending on when you are and where you can reach out of those three areas. The big part about this is going to be the training in and of itself, because it's not so much now about the technique itself, it's more about your body being able, under the pressure, under the stress, think between the option A, B, C. So okay, am I far away, can I reach the eyes, or am I too close and I need to go for the testicles? Or is it just time to draw because I have the distance, or is it time to go and kick? That's the difference between SORUDO and, for example, Krav Maga. When it needs to be step, if the step 1 works, then it needs to be step 2, 3, and everyone has to work. That's the big problem. It's not about the steps that are working, it's about your mind in 1 second knowing which out of these 3 options are the best in this current situation. We reached the end of the video, so now you saw how the situation can look. It would be up to you to now share the video with as many people as you can, maybe even the ones that you think don't need it because they are training boxing, they are kickboxers. But if you look at the whole situation, what has boxing or kickboxing training has to do with this situation? We are not standing, we are not fair fighting, it's surprise attack, and they are not training with you're just sitting, I hit, and now I'm stabbing you when you are laying down. That's a completely different situation. I know, I've been doing MMA for 10 years, and when you are in the situation where your body has never been, the mind cannot just make up the solution. It's just not. If it's not in the situation, it will not do it. So that's why even those people can benefit from videos like this. If you want to see more of it or many other suggestions that you might have, write us down in the comments, like, subscribe to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.